Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. And on this video, I'll be breaking down some more components of my network rack, and that is coming up right after this. Hi everybody, welcome back to I Am Gadget Guy. I am Gadget Guy. You can call me Gadget Guy, you can call me Justin. Just nothing inappropriate. All right, so yes, we talked about the gateway in the last video. You can find that right there. Okay, so we talked about the gateway. That is basically the firewall and how you bring the internet into the house. And so you have to have some way to push the internet out through the house to get to all your devices, okay? So that is where a network switch comes into play. So I've had several network switches over the years. I've had this one right here. All right, so that's an 8-port. This is GS108, okay? And then I've had this one right here. Yeah, so this one right here is also an 8 switch. It is a fast Ethernet switch, FS108, okay? All right, and then I've also had a big old 16-port switch as well. This is the dual speed hub, okay? It is a DS115, okay? So yeah, I've had 16 port switches throughout the course of my lifetime. I just found these in a box. At my old house, I do believe I was running this 16 port. Not this one, but a different 16 port at my old house. I didn't have that many network switches. I did have some NASs and stuff like that and things like that. But, you know, I had that. And if I did need to run other cables and stuff like that, I usually got like a small 4-port, so I can put one in the TV, one in the back of the Roku, and stuff like that. So I did all that. But so as you can see, Netgear. So I'm really into the Netgear switches, okay? The Ecoverse, I guess, or the Universe. Yeah, I'm really into the Netgear, okay? So what did I get for my new home? I went out and I purchased a brand new network switch for my house, and it's actually a Netgear. I moved into the house on March 6th, and the next day, March 7th, this is a few years ago, I got a whole bunch of stuff for my house, okay? And so, yeah, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the network switch. So this is the network switch I have. I went with a Netgear because that's what I've used for years and years and years, is Netgear brand. And so this is a ProSave 24 port gigabit switch. Okay, as you can see, I pulled all my network cables out, and I've still got 3 in there. That's for my NAS servers and everything like that. I decided why pull those out. So yeah, this is the 24 port. It does have a port that is not, so basically it's a 23 port usable network, because I have to take a port right here and see, I'll have to put this right here. I did have it in port 24, but I decided to move it. I don't know why I moved it, but I moved it to 19. Because right now 19 is not being used. So I have that, yeah, 19. Oh, yeah, 19 is being used. $20. So yeah, I'm going to put it into 20 because 20 is certainly not being used. Okay, so that is the 24 port right here. This is very robust. It's very nice. I have filled up most of them, and right over here, you can tell which ones are active. There's the power. Then these ones right here are active, and the case and this here in a separate video. For you guys to know that I went with the patch panel. Well, actually, I'll just talk about the patch panel right now. All right. So I went with the patch panel because I wanted to keep the cables and everything left behind it. So I have 1 to 24, and then I have a 24 port network switch. Now, I don't like the way the network switch is right here. I wish it was just like the patch panel, had it all across. I'll be eventually upgrading to something like that because it just gets a mess. These are always a pain in the butt because it just gets complicated throughout here. All right, but yeah, I did this patch panel. This is by a Trendnet, and you have the cables coming in the back, and you just do it right here. So if I ever need to, say I need to take, we'll just use this blue one right here, and say, oh, I'm taking 8, and it's put into 8 right here. Okay, you see how 8 lit up right there? But you're like, oh, you know what? I need to reroute 8 over to 14. Okay, so we'll put 14, and then 14 all of a sudden popped up green right here because there's a problem with the 8 port here or something like that. Or if you're like, okay, these are cameras, I need to put them on certain ports, stuff like that. You know, that's just how what a patch panel does, is you can take and you can unhook it and put it into another port, and it shouldn't matter. Or if you're like, oh, okay, I need to go 14 here, but oh, I need to come over here to number 1. And then see 14 right there, it lights up. Okay. So that is what the basics of the network, the Netgear switch, the 24 port Netgear switch, and my patch panel. Okay. They go in harmony together. Ask you there. But yeah, no, yeah, but I like the patch panel. I like the idea. I just wish I had the smaller cables and had 24 ports straight across to match my patch panel. All right. So yeah, that is 2 components that I'd be talking about today. Is my Netgear switch. Yeah, I've used Netgear for a long time. All right, so we're just going to hook up the patch panel and the switch all together. So I've got them all into the switch right here. I'll just put them into the patch panel. Got 1. No. So that is my Netgear ProSafe 24 port network switch and my 24 port patch panel. They all work together. That's how I will go ahead and pass the internet throughout the house. Because yeah, I've got a lot of devices and things like that. A lot of them are wireless, but I've got some here on my network that, like my permanent lights I have outside. I have a solar monitor that's plugged in here too. And I've got, desktops, laptops, and TVs, and I've got 2 wireless access points, and that we'll be talking about in the next video. So come around for that. Okay. So, all right. So yeah. So there you have it. My network switch, 24 port. I'm thinking I might go up to a 48 port switch here because I still have my basement to wire, and I will be wiring a lot of network. Okay, a lot of network jacks. Okay, 2 in each room, several in the living room and stuff like that. And plus, I might want to go up to 10 gig. But I might also want to go to a 10 gig network for some things in my house, like from my office to the NASA's and things like that. So I'll have to have, it'll work out okay. But the 24 port right now is working out really super well. I'm not using some of the ports, so I can still add ports to it. And so, yeah, I like the 24 port. It's been really super nice. And it's a great way to spread the internet out throughout your house. The internet comes into the house, boom, you hit the gateway, and the gateway hits my switch, and boom. And it's all protected by firewall rules on the gateway. So yeah, that is that video right now. So if you like this video, I would encourage you guys to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to, hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification so you'll be notified of anything that I put out. So like next week, since we had this one in the previous video, and it was Wi-Fi, okay, I'll be talking about how I got Wi-Fi in my house after I retired this. And that's in the next video. All right, until the next one, I will see you later. Bye.